Sergeant Nice said, "Go Army, beat Navy."
That's right.
Is how he ended the show.
I love it.
But there's a couple games for undefeated Army before that, including one huge one this coming weekend in Yankee Stadium against Notre Dame. The head coach of Army football, Jeff Monken, joins us now here on the Rich Eisen Show. Coach Monken, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks a lot.
Are you? This is a big one. Obviously, how are you approaching this here football game with your charges, sir?
I guess kind of like we approach all the rest of them, just trying to do our very best to prepare ourselves to have our guys execute their fundamentals, their assignments, and hang on to the ball and try to not make mistakes that are gonna give them any chances to capitalize. And when you play a really great team like Notre Dame, you don't have to play perfect, but you got to play really well. And so just preparing our guys to do that.
And do your guys talk about college football playoff possibilities? Do they actually openly discuss it? Do you openly discuss it with your players?
No, I don't. I don't think it's. I don't know that it's productive to talk about that right now. There's a lot of football to be played before all those decisions are made. I'm certain that our guys are influenced like everybody else. Their friends, their family, social media. They got a phone, so they read a lot of stuff about that. But we don't talk about it. It really isn't important right now.
Well, obviously that's maybe a media-driven conversation, and that's my world in which I reside. I think it would be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, that in this new day and age of 12 teams making college football playoffs, if one of them was an old school, back in the day type of team like Army football, that would be phenomenal. Straight up.
I agree. I think it'd be phenomenal as well.
and
we're gonna have to do something about it. That's
what I'm saying. And it does appear that it would be a great way to remind everybody what is successful in this world with NIL and portals and things of that nature. If a program like yours makes it and shows up in a college football playoff game, Coach, to be honest.
It would be great, but I'm so proud of our guys. The season that they've put together here, and the professionalism that they've approached every week with, and the maturity that they've had. Really, it's hard. It's hard to go undefeated, and it's hard to put successes behind you. We all want to pat ourselves on the back and talk about what's been done, but our guys have done a great job of really looking forward and looking at what we need to accomplish. And that's really the next game. And all year it's been like that. We got a great senior class. We've got really strong leaders within the unit. And I think that's important to have a very successful team. And so, people aren't surprised to hear that we've got good leadership, but there are all teams, every team, and each team's different. And sometimes there's just those teams and those special leaders that come along, and that happens here too. And we've really got some good leaders, and they've done a great job of putting the past in the past and looking forward to the next game.
I understand Army puts Army on the back and the actual players' names right there on the front. I understand that. That's my long-winded setup to ask you this. What would you tell the College Football Playoff Committee about putting Army in? Should you navigate this season and go undefeated, beating Notre Dame in Yankee Stadium, so on and so forth? I understand it's a marathon. I just sprinted here, but what's your message to the College Football Playoff Committee should they have this decision in front of them one day, Coach?
All the folks on that committee were chosen and selected for their expertise, and they're going to make the best decisions for college football, and so I think we just let our play and our people kind of be the representation of who we are as a team. We got a great team. I never promote our team as being the most talented team, and we're not void of talent, but there's very few times we play where, as Marcus Freeman said in his press conference, that if you had to put a tape measure to our team and a 40-yard dash and athleticism, we probably aren't going to win any track meets, but that's not what it's about. You don't have to have the most talented players to win. You got to have the best team to win. And I think we got a really good team. And because of what we do offensively, the uniqueness of it, it's an equalizer. And we feel confident that we can play with anybody in the country. And I guess that's just a culture. And whether the playoff committee believes that or not, that's for them to decide. But we certainly have that confidence, and just a great bunch of tough guys, and we'd be fun to watch. I know that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.